I just got back to the castle from a long ride. I ordered this, the Redacted, that's the name, to my home state that does not have sales tax. So we could all be supported by our government in loving ways, and that's a good little treat I gave myself, and also visiting some loved ones. So forgive me, another white man doing a Borat voice. I am excited. Freaking stoked. Shield your ears from the paper. Excuse me, it's gonna be loud. I don't have a microphone. Colton, Jacob, and Jonathan. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love that. Nice little touch. All right. One thing, we are the violent ones. That kind of messaging, man, it actually takes great courage and wisdom to, what is it, the Tao and the art of war, to subdue your enemy without ever having violence. More so, we're humans. We've been warlike for a long time in all the different continents. Maybe aside from Antarctica. I don't know what the penguins are doing down there, but I think they just talk with each other. But, you know, this kind of stuff, it's like colonizing nations. I think of Rome as the first kind of colonizing nation, or, you know, one of the ancient civilizations that I'm gonna bring it back. We like to talk about freedom a lot, and, you know, we must, if we're going to talk about that stuff, we better live and let live and honor other cultures and honor ourselves, not just be, oh, I know best. This is an egocentric point of view to live by. I'm going to go impart my will on other people, countries, civilizations, whatever. It's like a disease in the brain rather than a more wholesome worldview that lives in harmony, that is abundant, that you can get everything that you need without oppressing another. I did hear that Genghis Khan studied wolves and he was able to win battles. He was able to conquer people that studied the art of war just by observing wolves and their hunting tactics. Still gonna say, conquering people's lame. Duh. If you have conquered the entire world and you haven't conquered yourself, you've accomplished nothing. One of the great new waves now is waking up to ourselves and our true essence, rather than just thinking, you know, what it means to be a man is to go and conquer others. That's an unhealthy version of masculinity. There's so much more. I'm just gonna focus on opening this knife now. The fancy paper. Okay, cool. I held off getting this to begin with because, all right, nice. It may grow on me. It's growing on me. Fuck yeah. I didn't get this knife before because of the Cerakote finish. I wanted to mention that, and the sharpening choil here, as you can see. Let's see if it still gets kind of stuck. Yeah, it didn't cut it. I spoke with MKC today. Still didn't cut it. But it's sharp. It's gonna be sharp. I'm not gonna attempt to shave my hair, but just quickly, just to point this out. I shaved this down, the Kydex sheath, a little bit, so it wasn't as pointy. You can get a good grip on it. This is White River Knives Ursus 45. This sharpening choil is forward sloped, and it doesn't have that issue. Bam. I stand corrected. Huh. Wow. well, it worked when I was doing it a while ago. There we go. But let me try again with this now, just for the heck of it. Reached out to Montana Knife Company. They talked about how they like the sharpening choils deep because it's a little more challenging with this one to actually get it to slide up. You can get it stuck on stuff. Excuse me. They like to have the deep sharpening choils because it's easy to sharpen. And the forward slope does help a little bit with keeping stuff from getting stuck if you are going to have a sharpening choil at all. The other thing was the Cerakote finish. Even though the FDA is like, it's not FDA certified food safe. I read that there's a lot of different kinds of Cerakote. They would need to test them all in order to have it, you know, certified food safe. And before it's heat treated or something or baked on, it's not food safe. That could go for other coatings as well. But after some people have said like it's just ceramic, and that's safe to eat. If I'm going to be carrying one knife, I do want to make sure, just in case, it's food safe. Also, even though Cerakote has more colors, excuse me, it's been a long day. Riff, R-E-I-F-F knives, I believe they have I think it's DLC coating. DLC coating is going to be stronger, this is at least what I researched, than Cerakote. And I think PVD may even be stronger. Where Cerakote excels is the corrosion resistance, and this is PVD, this is Cerakote. And with MAGNACUT steel, which is highly rust resistant, corrosion resistant, I don't think you really need the Cerakote. So I know a lot of other, maybe not a lot, but I've seen quite a few reviews on Montana Knife Company, and I've emailed them myself talking about just different coating options. So who knows, you know, about food safety or not, but just with the Cerakote, just in case, and the FDA, Food Administration. If you haven't been outside the US, the United States has really fucked up food. Like, we put a lot of stuff that is not food in our food. Europeans come here, and I've heard so many stories of them just being like, the food's fucking crazy. I've traveled, I've come back here, and I felt freaking not as healthy from eating certain kinds of food. We don't, you know, like, we can use other stuff, other food dyes other than red 40, yellow number 5, whatever the heck that is, and other kinds of literal like crap, rather than actual good food that sustain ourselves, that sustain farmers, rather than just making a quick buck off of consumers. You know, I think one of the most valuable things that we can do as humans is to evolve and love one another. Before I point out the features here, this is a perfect segue. I keep hearing spiritual teachers talk about, just to be safe, I'm gonna put these knives away. Keep hearing different spiritual teachers talk about opening up to a certain page. Like, just grab a book, open up to a page. You can ask your teams and guides of the highest divine light and love, help me to, you know, open to a page, whatever you want to ask for. Like, for example, what do I need to hear right now? What's in my highest good to hear right now? This is from some crazy English woman. A fun little book. It's a great success story as well. I think she went from nothing to doing quite well from writing this cute little book. And, you know, with all the crazy political climate we have now and other stuff, there's a lot of chaos. And that's bringing up what needs to be illuminated. It's bringing up a lot of darkness. It's not able to hide as well anymore. And part of knife symbolism is to cut through illusion, to cut through darkness. And it's like the sword of truth. So, you know, let's see people for who they are and stop believing lies and come together rather than blaming, holding ourselves accountable, holding those in authority positions accountable, and truly seeing people for who they are, no matter what they call themselves, no matter what party, race, gender, religion, spirituality. Since darkness can hide anywhere, it's up to us to illuminate it, each one of us individually, in ourselves, and also with others. And it can take courage to do so. So I asked a question, you know, what's the best thing for people to hear now? And this is Yeshua. His name translates to Jesus. Jesus. This is his message, many other divinely embodied beings' message as well. A very simple reminder: you do not have to agree with people to be able to love them. Like, love your neighbor, for example. I get to listen to that too, because, you know, we can all still honor our boundaries or rules of engagement. Like, you know, if you're speaking disrespectfully to me, I can choose to honor my rules of engagement and not engage with you. Just, you know, enough. And we can still do that and love people. You know, if someone's not for our highest good, we can love them from a distance. However, like this "we are the violent ones" Montana Knife Company messaging, it's like, chill the fuck out, buddy. stand strong. There's no need to fear. You know, if you're so far gone, you're not even admitting your own wounds or admitting your own fear. It's like, you may need some sort of realization or humbling experience to wake that up in you. And I do my best to remain humble from this great book by Ethan Hawke. It's called The Rules for a Knight, Knight. I think it says in there, you know, be humbled or stay humbled or get humbled. And anyway, with that, I'm going to point out some of the really nice features that I want to see on other knives as well. Super simple. You don't need it, but a lanyard hole just in case you want to tie it off on something. I saw some guy write on a review, like, he likes to wash his knives and then hang them up with the lanyard hole to dry. And just in case you're doing some heavy work or whatever the heck else, and you want to tie it off on your wrist or tie it off on a piece of gear in its sheath, great. It takes a little bit of weight off too. I really like this handle design with the finger guard. I mean, forward slope choil would be awesome. This is fine, you know. I mean, it's not gonna get very stuck on stuff like some other really deep choils. The jimping, I really like the jimping. I like seeing knives with that. With a ferrocinium rod, it's not a 90-degree angle like this Ursus 45. So you can hear that at least. But I saw on a video, Josh Smith was talking about just striking it on this portion of the blade. You don't need to, you know, a lot of people don't use this portion of the blade. And I've been kind of going nuts on sharpening choils lately, just because I've gotten really into the design of this forward slope sharpening choil. And just in case of an emergency situation where you do go all the way to the hilt and you come back and you get stuck on something, it's just really nice to have peace of mind like that. The Speed Goats, they don't have a sharpening choil, so it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, what else? I really like this jimping on the spine, so this could be used for pounding. What else does it say? Oh my god. And I'm gonna read you the specs, but just, you know, basic good knife. I really like the MagnaCut steel for the balance of toughness, edge retention, and corrosion resistance. With the corrosion resistance, I see these knives being around for a long time, like an intergenerational thing. I'm going to say it again, we've seen swords in museums and stuff that have been out, or in bogs that people have found that are hundreds of years old, if not thousands, and this is going to really hold up well. So I'm excited to come back in another Earth suit and see these cool knives and maybe hold the same knife, whether you believe that or not. What else? All right, so just quickly, the specs on here. The overall length is 10¼ inches. The blade length is 4 7/8 inches. The blade thickness is 0.170 inches, so 1/1700 of an inch. It's 7.75 ounces. Cerakote. I don't know why I always say that. Cerakote. The handle is G10. Made 3 hours from here down the road in Missoula. This is a Seri knife. They had to rename. Siri just woke up on my phone. I get to deprogram her. Survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. Siri. God damn it. I don't know how to respond to that. Oh my god. This is great for, you know, jamming into wood, processing kindling, shelter building, different kinds of bushcraft, tasks, emergency stuff. You can even pry with this. They made this, you know, thick so you can pry with it and just beat the living fudge out of it. With this bit of metal sticking out here, as you can see, the pommel, which I think is a really great touch. There's some of this jimping, or the pommel, on the whitetail knife, and I just like it. It feels great. This hammer grip feels so damn good compared to the Triumph Pro. Like, this is still one of my favorite knives, but it's just a bit of a sharp edge here. I really like this handle design altogether. Whether you're driving stakes, cutting stakes, breaking materials, or using the knife in a hammer grip to baton wood, this reinforced pommel takes the abuse so your handle doesn't have to. We've carefully integrated this feature while maintaining the knife's overall balance and ensuring the lanyard hole remains protected from impact damage. Yeah, once again, Kydex sheath made in-house. Oh gosh. I'm gonna go treat myself to some food. Anyway, yeah, if you want to get this knife, of course, get this knife. It's a super freaking good blade. Just the materials alone and the generation's promise, you know, with common sense. You know what? Even though you're supposed to beat the crap out of this knife, they may honor if you break it or anything, let alone being able to send it in and get it sharpened for free with the generation's promise. One quick note that I want to make is the last 3 out of 5 knives I've gotten from the Montana Knife Company have not been hair shaving sharp. They are going through a transition. They've hired some new sharpeners, human sharpeners, for their expansion, and I think that they're just training people. So just to show you, that is pretty damn sharp. It's sharper up here than it is it's showing up sharp on this paper. However, there is a noticeable, it's not hair shaving sharp, there is a noticeable difference. I have been using this for a while. It's still really sharp though. But hey, not hair shaving. I was cracking up because I showed my mom this knife and she pulls it out and she takes a lock of her hair and she attempts to cut through her hair. And for some reason, it wasn't cutting through her hair. And then I hand her the Triumph Pro and it just sliced right through. So I was cracking up. That seemed to be out of character for her. And just for funsies, I'm just going to cut a little bit of wood. This is just a solid knife. Super, super happy with it. I'm doing my best at feather sticking right now. But yeah, good stuff. Anything else? I know I kind of talked a bit for 20 minutes, but hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Wherever you are, I wish you love and peace and joy. And I hope you're taking care of yourself. Self-care is essential. And, I remember this. We all go through cycles. Fill your own cup first and give from the overflow. If you're depleted and giving, it's only a matter of time before there's burnout. This is in the workplace, in relationships, whatever. So, even relationships with yourself. So just remember, and I'm saying this to myself too, fill your own cup and give from the overflow. Yeah, thanks. Thanks again.